a supercharged narrative woven with crackling prose.
Socialists, Arabists, homosexuals, metrosexuals, and a smattering of has-been and wannabe models.
Laden with references from far and wide, all imploding in one genre-defying brew. That's H.M. Naqvi's Homeboy for you. This DSC South Asian Literature Prize winning novel set in New York tells the story of Ali Chaudhry or AC, Jamshed Khan or Jimbo, also known as DJ Jambolaya, and Shehzad or Chuck. Three Metrostanis who find that after 9/11, it's not a great time to be a Pakistani in the US. We caught up with Mr. Naqvi at the Jaipur Literature Festival and got off the mark by asking him about Homeboy and the reception it's got in India.
This book is set in New York. It's a very American book at the same time. It's written by a South Asian and it features South Asian life in the United States. So I thought that it would have an audience in the United States, but I was very heartened to discover that it was very well received both in India and Pakistan.
The language of Homeboy is very charged, very taut narrative, lot of slang. What are the influences there?
The language draws on Yiddish as well as hip-hop, as well as Spanish, as well as Urdu, as well as Punjabi, so that I am able to represent idiomatically the reality of a cosmopolitan city like New York.
Also used to run a slam venue in New York. And how did this then shift to writing?
You know, I come from an Urdu-speaking household and our elders quote Urdu poetry at the drop of a hat. So poetry is something that is very innate to me. And when I was off the boat in the United States, I found a postmodern mashaira, which was the poetry slam. And in a poetry slam, two poets stand against each other and compete for a prize. So at a very early age, I started participating in poetry slams, and it was a wonderful milieu. It was a wonderful process, and the cadences of poetry, the cadences of our poetry, as well as the poetry slam, inform the way I think about language.
All the literature, I mean, people who were born in India or in Pakistan but living in, say, London or New York, the material that has come out in last 5 years, 6 years, all the narratives, so to speak, unfold under the shadow of Twin Towers. And it is a very crucial plot point in your novel also.
When I started writing Homeboy in 2003, there was no 9/11 literature. So I thought I had discovered this new literary turf. Of course, since then, there has been an entire body of 9/11 literature. Homeboy is different, of course, because it is written by a South Asian, but it is also a comedy. And it is 9/11 actually never takes place in the novel. It takes place between two paragraphs. So this book is in the shadow of this grand historic event, but it is a comedy, a coming-of-age story, an immigrant novel, which makes it very different from the other books that address the same issue.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.